Good morning, guys. This is Kate from 101 Dog Spots and Kate's Dogs, and it is time for another mental health and wellness with your dog. And that in the middle there is Micro Dog. My little tiny baby kitty cat has almost grown up. So it's been a long time since I've posted a video, guys, and I'm sorry. It's just been a heck of a summer with tons and tons of medical issues with the dogs. Things are looking up now. I'm really happy about that. And lots and lots of boarding dogs, and just been crazy, been nuts. A couple of rehomes, and you're welcome to check out my Facebook page, business page, Kate's Dogs, for some of the drama surrounding that. Anyhow, so I've also been taking a deep dive into some new and interesting literature on attachment theory, and it's just blowing my mind. It's so hard when you've been in the business for so long to find new information. Like, there's lots of people repeating all the same old stuff, and you're always looking for new little nuggets of gold that are going to make changes to your training program and going to help more people, and just make this the magic come alive for all of everybody who owns dogs, whether they've been around for 100 years or whether they're just starting out. Oh, look, I love these mornings. Love, love, love the mornings in fall. Nice little, hopefully the camera's catching that, gorgeous spider web. And the hawthorn berries. Hawthorn berries are good for the heart. And my dogs love eating them. So yay, a little fun tidbit for you. Mike's off on that trail. I'm going to go ahead and call Mike to come down to this trail. Come on, Mike. This is how we are working on Mike's recall and bonding. Come on, Mike. Kitty, 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 kitty. There we go. So Mike goes one way and I go the other way. Come on, Mike. There you go. She says, which way are you? This way, Mike. Mike, Mike. Little trail there. She didn't like going through the tall, wet grass. Come on, Mike. I need to show her that I'm actually leaving. And yay, and that brings her with me. Backing away, moving along. Good girl, Mike. Good girl. I'm going to get off the trail so she can dash past me. Come on, Mike. She's going to scope it out. Whoops. I missed the dash. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Good dogs. All right. So attachment theory. I have been thinking for years and years now about why some of us are successful and some of us aren't. Using, I'm an all-positive trainer, quote unquote, but I use a lot of emotions-based kind of training and things like that. But I try to be as nice as I can to my dogs at all times. Lots of stuff that I do is very centered around how can I reward this behavior as opposed to how can I stop or punish a behavior. Now, I stop a lot of bad behaviors by rewarding alternative behaviors and all kinds of fun stuff like that. But I know balanced trainers and dominance-based trainers and just regular people, like my dad. My dad's a great example, who are not perfect. They're regular people, aren't perfect, who are entirely human and still manage to raise great, fantastic, wonderful dogs. And, part of it is getting the dogs out to be a dog, or in some cases, be a micro dog. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Here we go. Sometimes she takes off in this great big run. It's so fun when I do this. Come on, Mike. Yay! Come on, Mike. right past into the obstacle. So the thing about the attachment theory stuff is totally geeky word and everything like that, but it's bringing a lot of the behavior complexes that I see into really manageable groups that make sense. So, I'm constantly griping about people who want to, do things like unlabel me and stuff like that. Well, it actually makes sense to label things if they provide a working framework. So if I have a whole suite of behaviors, hyperarousal, jumping up, biting, demand behaviors, and then over-affiliation, all of those happening in a lump, and it happens over and over and over again, I start thinking, maybe there's an underlying cause. Maybe there's something that is universal here, or close to universal, and I can slap a label on it, and instead of treating each one of those behavior problems as something independent, I can start looking at geek time, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, or Barlow's attachment theory, or kind of emotional resilience and or trauma things, and start to address the underlying problem, right? One solution for a multitude of problems, or I can discover what the underlying problem is, and then inform everybody and make a solution. So, we lost Mike again because the grass is thick and wet, and she's a cat. Shh, don't tell her. Yay, Mikey. Come on, Mike. So, attachment theory. I'm seeing a lot of dogs with what I believe is reactive attachment disorder. I'm seeing a lot of dogs with avoidant attachment disorder. I don't see many dogs with this, but what's the other one? Brain damage. Hyper-attached, overly affiliative, separation anxiety kind of stuff. They've got a different word for it. So, and what does that tell me? That tells me that we're messing up in the really early development phase with our dogs. Makes total sense. We often adopt baby puppies, little tiny 8-week-old puppies. If these were humans, oops, sorry about the fingers. If these were humans, they'd still be in diapers. Heck, they wouldn't even, you'd be rocking them in the rocking chair and nursing them. We wouldn't be teaching them sit down, come, heel, roll over and all those tricks, which we can do with dogs because they're a little bit more precocious. They move around a lot better, but their brains are still not very developed. So we're taking these little itty-bitty baby puppies and we're bringing them into our homes, and then we're going off to work, or we're playing on our tablet or something like that, and we are not available to them during a critical developmental phase when what they need most of all is social time. Good, happy, supportive social time where they're learning how to meet their own needs, like literally how to eat when they are hungry and drink when they are thirsty and sleep when they are tired. And they learn, my beautiful Fred, they learn about social relationships too. They learn whether you're there for them or whether they're all on their own. Or the worst of it is they learn if you are unpredictable or even hate to use the word, abusive, um, dangerous, scary. And for a lot of our puppies, a lot of the ways that we have, a lot of the myths in dog training promote an extremely bipolar way of dealing with the dogs, dealing with the puppies, and that can create reactive attachment disorder because you are unpredictable and you switch from being cuddly, smoochy, lovey, supportive to being angry and scary and unfortunately uh, rather coercive, um, often physically coercive. We often grab our puppies and yell at them. We cause them pain. We physically force them to do things. And these are traumatic events for little itty bitty babies. Historically, ages and ages ago, 1940s, 1890s through 1940s, the tradition was with our hunting dogs that we didn't start, quote unquote, training the dogs until they were a year old. We allowed them to run around and do what dogs do, like you can see out here in the distance. With my adult dogs, they're out there having fun, they're learning, they're hanging out with mom and the other puppies, or they're hanging out with a nurturing human family, and they're not getting punished for doing things wrong. This is in a lot of the old hunting books. Thanks, Guapo. I'm glad I'm taking you for a long walk. It's in a lot of the old hunting books. But as our lives have changed, as our culture has changed, we have brought the training techniques that people traditionally used for adult dogs, and we've started to try to apply them to puppies, along with, of course, leaving them for long, long periods of time while we're off at work, or being unavailable to them because we're, even if we're at work at home, we're unavailable. We are, on our computer, on our tablet, we're not responding to them. So that gives us a framework. We know Bowlby's been researching this stuff. Started his research, I think, in the 1940s. It's just now coming into vogue again. And it brings together, Piaget and Freud and Carl Rogers into a lovely, lovely approach that seems to be fairly effective. And if you've got, I think Bo's got a dead mouse there. He's the last one back there. And they're peeing all over in here, and they were rolling. There's smell of something, probably deer laying down here, just based on the pattern of the squashed grass. It's a very happy place for the dogs. I've lost a cat again, who's probably back here up on the clear trail, with wet feet, She really wants to be a dog. Oh, there's my beautiful Levi. Good boy, Levi. Good boy. That's my former car chaser. And a car just went by, and he looked at it, and he looked at it, and then he rolled. And that's what we want. And there we go. Hi, Mike. Let's go this way. Let's go on the big path, Mike. So back to this attachment theory stuff. it gives us some really straightforward, really simple, really easy things to do that we can do to raise our puppies and prevent 90% of the really serious behavior problems, especially those nasty, nasty behavior complexes. So I'll give you a couple of those hints in just a second, but I also want to tell you is it gives me a handle on how to work with those behavior problems once they arrive. And I'll be working more on that, and I'll be sharing more of that with you. So if you've got one of those behavior problems show up in sweets, often in rescue dogs. So, but it's also quite possible that you've had your dog since puppyhood. I get a lot of clients like this. And you've followed all of the instructions, and now you've got problems. And I apologize for that. Dog trainers are, there's a lot of stuff written out there that is not the best. And we're trying to fix that. We are trying to bring you the latest and greatest, the best, the most effective, easy, simple, regular things that regular human people can do without learning behavior theory, without going nuts. Mike! Mike, Mike! Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Mike. Mikey! Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Mike. She follows the dog, so she might already be up ahead of me. I'll keep an eye out for a tail. Yeah, there's a little brown tail with a little white dot on it. I don't see the little black tail yet. Mikey, kitty, 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 kitty. So back to attachment theory. We're trying to bring you the simple, easy solutions that make sense for a normal person. Sure, great. They are founded in, deep literature, lots of science, the best science that we know of, but it's not rocket science. Nature, evolution, the field that I went to school and got my PhD in, has kind of hardwired a lot of this stuff into us. A lot of times if you listen to your heart, if you listen to what your body is telling you, not the anger stuff. The anger stuff is really weird. That's built more for scaring away big predators, big threats. But those feelings that tell you to love and nurture your dog, oftentimes very spot on. There's some ways that can go wrong. We can become overly clingy. We can become hypersensitized to the possibility of danger and prevent our puppy from doing developmentally critical behaviors that they need in order to learn about the world around them, and that they are hardwired to try to do. Mikey! Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, Mike. Usually she'll give out a little tiny meow and I can hear her and go back to where she is. Hi, Fred. You are not a Mikey. You are not a Mike. So, quickly, what we can do, I just did it there with Fred. Some of the things that we can do to solve our, prevent behavior problems in our puppies. We can acknowledge them. When they check in with us, beautiful boy, Beautiful boy. Good dog. Good boy. Make eye contact. Acknowledge that they checked in. We can provide touch. Our little baby puppies especially are hardwired to need touch, to hear a heartbeat, to feel warmth. What else was I going to say about that? Let them do the things that they need to do, that they are hardwired to do. Pay attention to what they are doing. So here I am following them around, looking at what they are sniffing. This is so fun for me as well as for them. It's relaxing. It's enjoyable. It is magical. What's the other thing? We've got touch, eye contact, paying attention to them, spending, we're now up to 4, spending quality time with them. Yes, I'm sitting here talking on my cell phone, but I'm paying a lot of attention to these dogs, and I will tell you, twice a day, this is what I'm doing with the dogs. Most of the time, hi, princess! Most of the time, not on my cell phone. Most of the time, I'm just paying attention to them. And the last thing is learn their body language. So here, I'm looking at good dogs. Good boy, Guapo. Polly looked at me. I acknowledged her. Guapo looked at me. I acknowledged him. I acknowledged Freckles when she came up. So those are all examples. Just really simple. Body language. Look at all these happy, relaxed tails. Look at the happy, relaxed ears. We'll check out Freckles here. Yeah, so she's eating a little bit of clay. Clay is supposed to be good for the tummy. Scritchy, scritchy. Tails at half-mast. There we go. There's a nice, happy, relaxed wag. Notice how loose that tail is. Waggly, waggly. Trot, trot. The head's down, but her head is down and she's sniffing. And there's that little happy tail. Happy tail, happy tail. So good sniffs there. Fred, right in the background, the white face coming at us. Look how floppy those ears are. Look how floppy that tail is. Sniff, sniff, sniff. He says, what's that? Very happy, relaxed dogs. Bo, look at that tail wobble. And he's my poker butt. He's got a stiff tail a lot of times. He's a nice shake off, so something was really interesting. Looks around, he's got his head up. He's a lovely air center. Look at those ears up, checking everything out. He says, something's got to fly through. Good boy, good boy, good boy. So pay attention to your dogs and their body language. Learn what their body language means and respond appropriately to it. So right now, I'm not panicking. I'm not calling my dogs to me. I'm allowing them to do what they want to do. And yet when they check in, whoops, we got Freckles there, and then we got Woggy Pogs here. She says, why is my sister coughing? That's a curious look. And she's thinking about going and checking it out. Tail in a nice neutral position, ears up, interested. Good girl, good girl. And she chooses to come check in with me because it's breakfast time and I'm being a little slow. Good girl, good dog, good girl. So there you have it, the 5 things that are going to help your puppy grow up to be an awesome adult that may not know any obedience cues, but is going to be in tune with you and is going to be a pleasure to be around. We have spending time, eye contact, paying attention to what they're interested in, learning body language, Lord have mercy. Oh, physical touch. So sometimes I call those slightly different things, but those are the basics. All right, guys, it was wonderful to get out and talk with you again, and I hope you all have a lovely day and enjoy this beautiful life. For Kate's Dogs and 101 Dog Spots, this is Kate, um, signing off with the beautiful happy pack.